You have to cut 4 million people from food stamps.
I mean, Bernie, if I was willing to flatten the tax code and take deductions away from the wealthy to pay down debt, would you reform entitlements by extending the age based on the fact we're all living like Strom Thurmond?
Absolutely not. Not at a time when we have so much income.
That was a moment of bipartisanship that quickly passed.
All right. Now, let me ask you.
Okay.
At a time when the top 1% own 38% of the wealth in America and the bottom 60% own all of 2.3%, will you work with me to ask the wealthy to start paying their fair share of taxes so we can deal with income inequality?
Here's what I will do. I will create a tax code that creates jobs for more Americans, because that's a good thing. But I would tell the wealthy people of this country, when it comes to Medicare, you're not going to get any more subsidies. When it comes to Social Security, you're going to have to take less because we can't afford to give everybody what we promised. If you will help me reform the tax code, I will help me reform entitlements. I'll help you reform the tax code, because we're becoming Greece if we don't do this.
All right. But when you talk about reform entitlements, as I understand it,
yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, you want to raise the retirement age of Social Security?
Over 30 years.
Over 30 years to 70 years?
No, what I want to do is harmonize Medicare with Social Security, go from 65 to 67 over the next 30 years. And I want means testing where people in my income level, Newt's income level, Van's income level have to pay the actual cost of the program.
But you also support the chain CPI.
Yes, I do.
Benefits, 1 second, that's right, which would cut $650 from Social Security benefits between the age of 65 and 75 and make massive cuts for disabled vets.
No, what I'm trying to do is save the country from bankruptcy. And when the President of the United States, who I usually don't agree with, put CPI on the table, I thought it was a very courageous thing to do. And when the President of the United States, who I usually don't agree with, put CPI on the table, I thought it was a very courageous thing to do. And when the President of the United States, who I usually don't agree with, put CPI on the table, I thought it was a very courageous thing to do. And I am willing to flatten that tax code out and go to the rich people in America, and all the corporations say, we're going to take deductions off the table you now enjoy, take that money back for the many, not just for the few. But if you don't help me reform entitlements, there's no way to get there by taxing people.
I want everybody to understand, when Lindsey talks about reforming entitlements, what he means is Lindsey talks about Social Security entitlements and cutting Medicare.
And
I think that's a bad idea.
Okay, and I would say, we're about to run out of time, but I would say,
I think that's a bad idea.
You're talking about